I have these shop practices that I've written out on with a label maker and I have right in front of me on my bench. And I've been thinking about why I do them. I think I do them to bring a little bit of peace and a little bit of sanity. Because without some structure, which I'm not naturally given to, things pile up. Tools and materials pile up. Clothes pile up by my bed. I'm sorry, Kirby. Relationships pile up, emotions pile up, tasks, and I can get overwhelmed really quickly. And so these practices help bring a little peace. And peace is one of those things that I think I'm looking for a lot. And so these help. These are my shop practices. These practices provide me with some guidance as I do my work. They're not rigid. They're not dictums. They're fluid, in motion with me as I learn and as I grow. Practice 1. It is good to say thank you when entering and exiting the shop. I'm grateful for the space that I have, most of the time. Sometimes I forget to be grateful, and sometimes I'm not grateful. I find that it's helpful to say it out loud, and so I try to say thank you when I go into or leave the shop. To help me remember to say thank you, I attached this brass plate to touch on the door frame. With time, the plate will patina and maybe even wear down a little, like the bronze statue of St. Peter in Rome that has been worn down by the tourists. I mean, probably not, but I like the idea. Practice 2. Begin the day with a sit. A sit is just a meditation, a time of silence. I need to start with slowness. What's natural for me is to rush into the work and go full speed all day. And this, of course, is a terrible way to work. If I start with a little quiet, a time to try to clear my head, then I trust that this practice will make its way into my labor. And it does. I know this because if I start my day without a sit, if I rush into the work, and I feel rushed all day with a nagging feeling of trying to beat the clock, and I hate it. Also, meditating is really difficult for me. Honestly, being still and clearing my mind is one of the hardest things for me to do. I sit there and my mind flies with brain garbage. But you know, like with woodworking, I'll get better if I do it every day. Practice 3. Keep a daily log. This is simply a recording of everything I worked on or did in a day. It's kind of another practice in slowing down. It's also a good way to keep track of, say, where I bought that firewood and when I bought it, so I can track how much I need per season. Practice 4. Everything in the shop is replaceable. Nothing is precious. A reminder that I need. All of my stuff is stuff. I collected all of these tools in some way or another over the past 5 years. If something happens to them, the work can go on, and I can go on. Everything can be replaced. They're simply things. Things that I really like, mind you, but things nonetheless. Please don't steal my things. Practice 5. Maintain an altar. I need one small shelf that is set apart from the rest of the shop, a little sacred space. All of the pieces on it have meaning for me. There's a little plastic lady, I think it's Mother Mary, a bronze statue that I made of St. Francis, some prayer beads that my friend Paul gave me, a branch with some moss from the Cascade Mountains in Washington, 3 plastic wolves, and a bronze wolf that I cast from one of the plastic wolves. Practice 6. Name the birds on the hour. I got this great clock on eBay. Oh, there it is. It's 100% grandma. It's everyone's grandma. Birds make their bird sounds on the hour. I listed out all the birds so I can learn their calls. That one was house finch. When a bird calls from the clock, I look at my list and name which bird called out loud. It's fun and it's playful. It also gets me out of my head for a moment, so I can go, oh yeah, birds are the best. Practice 7. Sweep floors and clean bench tops at the end of the day. I'm kind of garbage at this one, but I'm getting better about it. If I do a little cleaning at the end of the day, then the beginning of the next day starts off with a little more order. I found a dustpan and a broom that I like. That helps. I made hooks for them so they always go back in their place. That helps too. A clean bench top calms me. It says, hey, come over here and do some work. I've got space. A cluttered bench top says, go away. There's no room for you here. You made this mess go away. Something like that. So I try to clean. It's going okay overall. Practice 8. Remember what Steve says. Everything is practice. This is my friend Steve. He's one of the best people I know. He's an artist and he has a coaching practice. Steve is always telling me that everything is practice. And I've found that to be, well, true, I guess, and very helpful. All of the work, be it relational or art or making tables or parenting or cooking, it's all practice. There's no perfect. We get to do all these things while we live, growing in both our abilities and our enjoyment of them. That's gold. Thanks, Steve. You're a good man.